Check out the tear that Steph has been on in these last 9 games. Good Lord. Scored over 30 points in each game, and he's averaging just over 47% in three-point shooting. So, Acho, is Steph Curry's greatness underappreciated?
Sel, I've never been more excited for a basketball topic a day in my life.
Like that?
Yeah, I like that. Sel, because Steph Curry's greatness is drastically underappreciated. I don't care about stats, and honestly, I don't need none of these notes. The greatest thing Steph Curry has ever done is not be a unanimous MVP. It's not be a back-to-back MVP. It is willingly and selflessly taking a back seat so that Kevin Durant could shine.
Oh.
The greatest thing Steph Curry has ever done, he actually gets criticized for. Steph Curry, he's never been a finals MVP. He's never been the best player on his team during a finals run. That is what Steph gets criticized for, but he willingly did it. Steph Curry's greatness, I put Steph Curry, at least in the last decade, right behind LeBron as far as greatest players in the NBA. The problem we have, fix your face or I'll fix it for you.
You did say greatest.
Greatest.
Excuse me. Okay,
greatest.
Finish.
The problem we have when we hear the word greatest, all we think about is who scores the most points. That's literally all we think about.
That's a lot of it.
Maybe basketball actually doesn't even have it the most correct of all the sports. Because when you talk about hockey, who scores the most points, it's not just about goals scored. It's about goals scored plus goals assisted on. So in basketball, when we talk about who scores or contributes to the most points, why do we only selfishly think about who has the most goals scored as opposed to who has the most points contributed to? Because as I look at it, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant played together for 3 years. Steph Curry actually scored more points, if you want to talk about points scored and assisted on, than Kevin Durant in 2 out of the 3 years and cumulatively. Now, I'm not going to make this a Steph Curry versus Kevin Durant conversation.
Please don't.
But what I am going to do is say this. The greatest thing Steph Curry did was take a back seat, because the greatest thing each and every athlete possesses is not their height, it's not their weight, it's not their strength, it's not their agility, it is their ego. The greatest thing each athlete possesses is their ego. That's what makes them great. Their confidence beyond reason, because they have confidence in their ability. So Steph Curry took his greatest asset and his greatest attribute. Mind you, his should be greater than everybody else's, because he's the only player in NBA history to have a unanimous MVP. He took his greatest attribute and asset and said, you know what? I'm going to let that subside for the betterment of the team. And he don't even get respect for that. He gets criticized for that. So is Steph Curry drastically underappreciated? Absolutely.
Golly. All the juice in that one, boy.
I got more.
You got more?
Yes.
Well, you keep talking. I ain't got nothing as good as that. This show ain't going to be the same. But I love the point that you brought up in terms of the pursuit of perfection, that seeking of perfection, man. It takes psychosis, man. And let me answer this question first, because you got more, I got more on that one as well. Yes, he's greatly underappreciated. It's sad, too. But I understand why. I certainly see why. We have more respect for those that pop, that we see coming. Oh, here comes a train. And yes, that's what we call a pop star versus those who have the slow build to their grind. Steph Curry's ankles robbed him of us appreciating him fully, and also his road to becoming Steph Curry in the first place. How many of you guys know where Steph Curry went to high school? Anybody? Charlotte Christian? Yeah. How many of y'all know where LeBron went? Everybody. How many times you saw LeBron in high school? I did. Zion. Did you see Zion coming? Yeah. High school games, college games, everything. The point is, you look at a slow builder like Steph Curry, James Harden comes to mind as well, because in the NBA he was a 6th man at first and it took a slow build. We don't appreciate James Harden as much. You know what comes when we don't appreciate him? Shade, skeptical, doubtful, underappreciation. This is what's happening right now. People don't believe their lying eyes. People see how great he is and still want to doubt what they're seeing, because we didn't see it coming like that. Something has to be up. Something has to be wrong. This can't be forever. And even if it is, all of a sudden we start to say, oh, but it's still not that good. And I'll go to your Kevin Durant example. You didn't want to compare them to each other? Me either. But you gave a little too much of a Hallmark card to him in that moment.
How?
Dwayne Wade did the same thing to LeBron. You know why? Because we're athletes. We have an ego. Game recognized game. You don't believe me? Go to the LA Zoo. You will just see in nature. Hey, we know who the alpha male is. As soon as Steph Curry is out there dribbling, what's up, KD? Welcome to the first practice. Here you go. And that's what that turned into quickly.
Phil,
I don't want to debate those two.
have to.
But it was game, recognized game. Did Dwayne Wade recognize game with LeBron too? Don't do that.
Here's what I think it is. Because here's the other thing. When we talk about greatness, and this is the next layer which y'all have to understand.
What?
I know the barbershop conversations don't do this because the barbershop conversations, you don't get to the depths of the truth.
Nah, we yelling.
You just stay at the surface. We just be yelling.
We just yelling.
But the depths of the truth is really this, bruh. When you talk about greatness, it's also about galvanizing success. It's not just about can you score points, can you get stops, but it's also about can you do what you need to do to make sure the team wins. That's why when I think about greatest players turn of the century, I'd probably say LeBron James, then I'd probably say Steph Curry, then I'd probably say Tim Duncan. Yeah, you can talk about incredible phenoms like the late, great Kobe Bryant, top 10 basketball player of all time. But when you talk about great as far as galvanizing success, that's where we sleep on Steph. KD had beef with Russ Westbrook. They probably would have won a title together. He leaves. KD got beef with Draymond. He leaves. Steph has been just as great as far as winning individually as KD. Unanimous MVP. Back-to-back MVP. Who Steph didn't have beef with, sir? I don't know. You could argue, oh, KD and his beef with Russ. Maybe it was Russ's fault. But then KD had beef with Draymond. Maybe it was Draymond's fault. Or maybe it wasn't. The fact of the matter is, when you talk about greatness, y'all, it's not just about putting the ball in the basket. It's helping that man put the ball in the basket. It's helping that man putting the ball in the basket. And when you got to put the ball in the basket, it's putting the ball in the basket. So for me, Steph Curry's greatness, even if you appreciate it, you don't appreciate it enough. But let's bring in NBA analyst Slick Ric Bucher to see where he lands. So Slick, is Steph Curry's greatness underappreciated?
Oh, let's go. We going somewhere else? Yes, yes,
Where
get
you
him.
going,
You
Slick?
should have said something
Where
about
you
Durant.
going,
Durant.
I'm ready, Slick.
Acho, you were so close. There were so many truths to what you said.
What happened?
No, he has not been underappreciated. His greatness has been misunderstood. And that's where you were on the right track.
Talk to me, Slick.
What has made him great is his humility. What has made him great is his leadership. But he has not been great in the classic sense. The reason I tore up my notes is because you gave me everything I need to make my point. Could we bring back the Steph KD comparison screen? Can we get that back up there? Because I don't want to look at the numbers. Go to the right side of the screen. Look at the size. You said physicality doesn't matter.
I know you did.
Physicality does matter. Steph Curry is amazing and is great because it's 6'3", 185 pounds, and even now at age 33, it is amazing how he's able to score the basketball. But make no mistake, he can't dominate the game the way that LeBron or Kevin or Kawhi or Jordan
me off this show.
or Kareem
Somebody put me on first
can
things first.
dominate the game.
make it
He
happen.
is great offensively.
play with
It's
y'all.
amazing what he's been
finna
able
change
to
you.
get out of what he has done.
You ain't right.
But the reason that he handed it over to KD
Thank you.
was not out of just
Thank
generosity.
you. Yes.
It was out of, you know what, I want to
got
win.
grades.
You the
and
one.
that
I got
guy, if
grades.
he's getting the ball, is going to help me win. And I would look, Acho, you're going crazy right now. You made the case about Russell Wilson. What did he have to do? And what did he have to prove? That he would be willing to sublimate his ego in order to win. It wasn't by choice, it was by need. Because the only time he won was when he sublimated his ego. That's exactly what Steph Curry did. He sublimated his ego in order to add 2 more championships. Yes, E. What is it? What do you have for me?
Slick, you just told me that Steph Curry can't dominate a game like LeBron. You told me Steph Curry can't dominate a game like KD.
Correct.
Slick, I'm going to read you.
Yes.
Steph Curry's last several games, 32 points, 36 points, 37
Okay,
points.
wait. But as you do that, as you do that,
41 points, 32 points, 38 points.
Just add who they played.
Thank you.
Add who they played.
Who they playing?
Add who they played.
My
April,
Lord.
dog.
Who did they play?
Slick,
It's
you can
April.
only play the opponent that is in front of you, Slick Rick. I'm not going to couch everything with who they played. But before I get to that,
if you're Steph Curry,
before I get to
and if you're Steph Curry, you can only beat the teams that are sub 500 teams.
Slick.
Look at their record right now.
Oh, my God.
They're 11 and 22
Here's the issue,
against the best team.
Here's the issue, Slick. I'm not going to talk about how the Nets have a better record without Kevin Durant. I'm not going to talk about that. Here's what I'm going to talk about right now, Slick. You said that the greatest thing Steph Curry should be praised for is his humility. I don't disagree with you. The problem is this, Slick. We don't love humility. You got to be loud. You got to be bravado. You got to be arrogant to be praised. Think about it, Slick. We debating Julian Edelman if he should be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if you're a football guy. I don't care. You're a cognizant individual who knows sports. Julian Edelman wouldn't even be in the debate if he didn't have bravado, if he didn't have arrogance, if he didn't have an ego. The greatest receiver in the last 2 decades is Larry Fitzgerald. But we don't even talk about Fitz much because he's quiet. He scored a touchdown. He handed the ball to the ref. He keep it pushing. If Steph Curry was as egotistical, lighting guys up on Instagram like KD, we would actually give him more of the respect that he deserves. But because Steph gets buckets,
but he wouldn't have the same success on the court.
Bam! Damn, Slick killing you right now.
Y'all sound drunk.
No, we don't sound drunk.
Y'all sound drunk.
First of all, it's Friday. I will be, but I'm not
Steph
yet.
Curry, we finna talk hoops. Y'all be thinking,
you know, on this one. It's all love. It's love.
Steph Curry averaged 30 points a game the year before KD and them showed up. Steph Curry averaged 20 shots a game. KD shows up, he says, you know what, I'm going to chill out. He take 18 shots a game. Next year, I'm going to chill out. He takes 16 shots a game. So when KD is there, Steph Curry sacrifices anywhere from 2 to 5 or 2 to 4 shots a game. Steph Curry, that's anywhere from 5 to 10 points a game. We know the translation because he goes from averaging 30 points a game to 25 points a game. It's not that Steph Curry couldn't. It's that he chose not to. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all people.
Oh, man, Slick, can I get a little of these ribs?
Ain't no ribs.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Jump in, Sellers, because there's a lot of meat still on that bone.
Damn, it's like we had Phillips right there on Crenshaw, all these damn ribs. Okay, here's the thing. All right, in sports, no matter who you are and what your ego is, you do not raise your hand to defer. Like, it is primal instinct to go out there and be alpha male. That's how you climb up the food chain. That's how you become at the top of the pyramid of success. It's natural selection, and it's based off game. Now, we can bring personality and all those other attributes into it. But Acho is up here trying to make it altruistic and say, oh, Steph Curry just went to practice one day and say, you can do whatever you want, Kevin Durant. Let me know where to run and where to go. That's not how it went. Kevin Durant's game talked to Steph's game quietly and said, hey, bro, do you want to do this with effort or do you want the path of least resistance? Because if you give me the opportunities, it's going to be easier for us than if you get the prime opportunities. Same thing happened with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. It's just that simple. It's not about him being so nice and deferring, because who cares about that? Look, Michael Jordan is celebrated greater than everybody. He wasn't nice. He wasn't deferring, and he never was in that situation and the mindset. You know why? We are athletes. We are trying to get it all, but we also know where we fit in. And you look at Durant's game, you look at Curry's game, as great as they both are, Curry, get in where you fit in, because game recognizes game.
No. Greatness and intelligence recognizes sometimes I will sacrifice for the betterment of the team, regardless of how great the sacrifice might have to be. For Magic Johnson, that might look like playing center in a closeout game. For LeBron James, that might look like 40. For LeBron James, that might look like passing the ball when I'm double teamed so that Danny Green can try to make a game-winning shot that he ends up missing. And for Steph Curry, that might just look like deferring for the greater good of the team. Yes. Russell Westbrook didn't want to defer. And what had happened, even Draymond Green and his third best player on the team looking self, he starts getting in a beef with KD. What? I'm not going to talk about the fact that Steph Curry is not a true alpha, and as a result,
he is an alpha,
and he deferred. For the greater good of the team, sometimes even the player who's just as capable, if not more capable, says, I'm going to kick back because I want us to succeed.
I'm not hearing anything.
Y'all don't understand that. That's the problem. Y'all don't understand
No, we understand it. I don't think you understand the nonverbal communication that occurs on every practice floor, and especially in games. It's just like that, Acho. Like, I'm sorry. Every example you're going to give me, you said Westbrook. Look, when Westbrook went to Houston, he was looking at James Harden like, yeah, you got this. And Westbrook, the first time ever, was acting like a good soldier in that respect. Like, I'm not going to dominate because he knew. I don't know. Look, when I was trying to replace Bruce Smith, when I was playing with Bruce Smith, it wasn't a second in the world where I was like, yeah, I'm going to take it from him. He had to depart for me to have the space to be me. I don't know what example you live in. Pippen was great. Jordan never deferred. Like, who deferred that was actually worse?
Here's the thing,
who has ever deferred that was worse?
The kicker is this. We live in a life now, especially in sports, where it's like, oh, if you defer, that means you sorry. But maybe, just maybe, or that means you're sorrier. But maybe, just maybe, the greater good is saying, you know what? I'm a kick back for the team. You brought up Pippen.
I don't think it's kicking back, bro. I think it's getting put back.
You brought up Pippen. Let's go to Pippen. Remember when legendary coach for the Bulls during their runs, Phil Jackson, he drew up the play not for Pippen but for Kukoc.
He's a play.
What Pippen do? What Pippen do? He said, you know what? I'm not even going to go into the game.
I love you.
He said, I'm not even going to go into the game.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't even have the humility to say, you know what? For the greater good of the team, maybe Kukoc should get the shot. Maybe I should just inbound the ball. He said, I'm not even going to go into the game. My point is this.
Yeah.
We sit here and try to praise all the scoring champions, James Harden's, all that. We sit here and try to praise all these dudes who put the ball into the basket. But what about the fact that actually the harder thing to do is to swallow your pride, which no athlete has actually been able to do, and Steph Curry has, which is why he's the greatest. I'm done with this conversation.
Swallowing their pride.